Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. It's Tuesday night, May the 8th. These are the charts of the day. Well, there's an interesting market action going on these days. A lot of volatility. We were down sharply in the morning, came back nicely in the afternoon, still closed down on the day, and I'm not sure we're done yet by any means. But there were some stocks outstanding on the long side. We'll go over the shorts tomorrow, but let's take a look at what's going on long here. ARNA, big active stock today. Let's go over that first here. Trading 50 million shares today. The biggest volume I've seen in this stock, well, at least in the last few months, well, a few weeks anyway, 6 weeks, when it had this explosive move, taking it from about $1.75 up to 3.5. Now, that there doubled and then pulled back down to this range, popped back this one day, formed the wedge, and today exploded out of there. 26% gain, 70 cents, 50.6 million shares, and a nice close, only 7 cents off the high. So I'm looking for a follow through, and if we get it, wouldn't be surprised to see $4 tag tomorrow. Secondary target 4 3/4. Movie theater cinema and cinema stocks like Regal Theaters and this one, Carmike, has been really active of late. If you take a look at the breakout here around the $8 level in March, it ran sharply up to almost 15, pulled back down in a falling wedge, very bullish one, and then has moved nicely. Today it popped to new highs, up 93 cents or 6.33% on 610,000 shares. Pretty strong volume for that stock. And right now I'm looking for a move towards a test of the 18 range. DVAX, junior biotech, with a beautiful rising channel in the last 9 months or so, appears to be headed higher. Had a nice 30 cent, 6% gain today. 2 million share traded. Volume, that's the best volume in about 5 sessions. And at this point, if it continues, I'm looking for a takeout of the 535 range, which appears to be resistance across here. And if that is taken out, then maybe we can see the stock move up towards 6.25, 635, my next target. GEO, well, interesting chart pattern. We see the base pattern, the breakout, the little flag, and then they spike up here as the stock it makes new multi-month highs. As a matter of fact, the highest level it reached since about July, August of last year. Now there is some resistance here on GEO, right across here. If we get through this range, I would expect to see, and which already has poked above there, at least a move up towards 24-ish, and maybe on a secondary basis, or intermediate move, we can see 26.5. Well, anyway, let's just set 26.5 as our target. Up next, GNRC. Nice day today on that one. You can see how the declining channel was broken with an explosive breakaway gap as the stock ran up as high as 30.61 before backing off to 28.89. Still up 5.85, 25% today. 2.25 million shares traded, the biggest volume in quite a while. Now, but notice where it backed off of. 30.61 and 30.50, 30.46. That zone was resistance. So, well, this is now the key level to overcome. If we can get a move past this in the next few days, look for a move to the 34.5 range. IEC had a special day today. As you can see, it running up through and then closing above just slightly the key resistance line right there. Secondary target would be up somewhere around the $7 range short term, and then potentially an intermediate term move could take place. Takes it up about 8 3/4. But one day there's not a breakout make. Let's see if we get a follow through. It was a nice breakaway gap. They had earnings today. Jamba, that's the Jamba juice chain with a triple quadruple bottom here. Broke up from the little wedge, exploded, flag above resistance, then ran up sharply, pulled back down, retested a couple times. This is a key support line, and the falling channel was broken with the thrust today up 7.7% on 1.4 million. Now is the best volume we've seen since January, so I'm looking for it to follow through. And if I draw lines across the bottoms here and these tops here, we can project a potential parallel target up around the 265.75 range as my next target. KGJI, well, I had to show you this only because everybody in our site has been all clamoring about it. I'm not crazy about these Chinese retail stocks, but anyway, here's a really nice spike from $1.61 to $2.93 in the last 3 4 sessions. Wouldn't be a chaser, but if the stock does pull back and consolidate, we can perhaps consider it. Next target, however, would be on any further additional upside, perhaps about 3.25. NuVasive put out a swing trade on that today because my gut feel is with the breakaway gap and the way the stock is held up in this beautiful flag that we're going to get a breakout and a move to 24 next. Stay tuned. Nice flag there. QuiK had a pop today and went through the neckline or the resistance line on the base pattern. It may have broken out today. I'd like to see more volume, 520,000. Still, the stock did pop 5%, and next target would be up around 4. Let's call it 75. That's my next target for QuiK. TASER. Well, if you take a look at the volume of late, we've had some pretty strong volume in the last few sessions. The stock has gotten has held support down around that 394 zone and broke back out to secondary resistance before backing off to test a breakout point, and then today up through it. So with the strong close near the high for the day within a penny of it and a 4.5% gain, perhaps we see this move to the next level, which would be somewhere around 5.5, and then we're looking at 6.25. VRTX had a spectacular session on top of yesterday's spectacular session, and if you take a look at the way the stock is gapped up on huge volume and ran hard again today through resistance, it wouldn't shock me if VRTX continued into the high 60s, maybe even low 70s short term. Lastly, today, Zillow, which had another pop of $1.88 or 4.5% on 1 million shares, but the fact that it took out this lateral resistance here at that level, for me, was key. Pulled back to it, and now it's moving up, looking for a short-term move to about 47. That's it for tonight. Have a good evening.